Dear students, a topic of today's lecture of discipline organic chemistry is 3, 4, and 5-membered heterocyclic compounds with one heteroatom, 5-membered heterocyclic compounds with two heteroatoms. Speaker, Doctor of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Professor Vilchinska Elena. Content: 3-membered heterocyclic compounds, 4-membered heterocyclic compounds, 5-membered heterocyclic compounds. Practically directed educational objective of the lecture is to study nomenclature, classification, extraction properties, physical, chemical, biological of 3, 4, and 5-membered heterocyclic compounds as organic compounds which are used in the medicine and pharmacy as medicines. Test. Tetrahydrofuran is a typical representative of heterocyclic compounds. What is the chemical structure of tetrahydrofuran? The correct answer is A. Classification of heterocyclic compounds according to its memberate. 3-membered rings compounds, 4-membered rings compounds, 5-membered, 6-membered, and 7-membered rings compounds. Heterocyclic compounds are cyclic compounds with one or more rings and atoms that are not carbon, heteroatoms, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, copper, other. Heterocycles are conventionally grouped into two classes, non-aromatic and aromatic. Features of nomenclature of heterocycles. 3-membered heterocyclic compounds with one heteroatom. Heteroatom nitrogen, saturated, aziridine, unsaturated, azirine. Heteroatom oxygen, saturated, oxyrin, unsaturated, oxyren. Heteroatom sulfur, saturated, cyarin, unsaturated, cyarin. You can see chemical names of 3-membered heterocyclic compounds with two heteroatoms. 4-membered heterocyclic compounds with one heteroatom. Heteroatom nitrogen, saturated, azitidine, unsaturated, azine. Heteroatom oxygen, saturated, oxygen, unsaturated, oxide. Heteroatom sulfur, saturated, cyanogen, unsaturated, cyat. You can see chemical names of 4-membered heterocyclic compounds with two heteroatoms. You can see chemical formulas of 3, 4, 5, and 6-membered heterocyclic compounds with one heteroatom. A little about the features of the electronic structure of heterocyclic compounds. Two representative 3-membered ring systems. Cyclopropanium cation with 2 pi electrons, predicted to be aromatic. Oxyren with 4 pi electrons, predicted to be anti-aromatic. Ethylene oxide. Use as sterilant for medical equipment, as fumigant for certain agricultural products, as intermediate in chemical manufacturing, and other. Extraction of oxygen-containing heterocyclic compounds by cyclization of halogen alcohols, by oxidation of ethylene, chemical properties. You can see chemical reactions of 3 and 4-membered heterocyclic compounds. For example, oxygen, chemical reactions with water acidified, with alcohol, with mineral acid, with amines and other. Chemical reactions of oxygen with alcohol, mineral acids, ammonia. Medications: beta-propiolactone, lactone of beta-hydroxypropionic acid, used in fumigation for sterilization, has a rapid biocidal activity, very effective against viruses. Extraction of nitrogen-containing heterocyclic compounds by cyclization of halogen amines on the base of 1,2-dichloroethane with ammonia. Chemical properties. For example, chemical reactions of azirogen with amine with mineral acid, ammonia, water. A beta-lactam-ring. Beta-lactam-ring is a very important part of the structure of several antibiotic families. For example, penicillins, cephalosporins, other, which are therefore also called beta-lactam antibiotics. Furan. Furan is typically derived by the thermal decomposition of pentose-containing materials, cellulosic salts, especially pine wood. Catalytic hydrogenation of furan with a palladium catalyst gives tetrahydrofuran. Furan medications, for example, furacilin. Medications, derivatives of thiophene. Molecule of thiophene is a part of structure of biotin molecule. Biotin vitamin H is a water-soluble B-complex vitamin. Extraction of oxygen, nitrogen, or sulfur containing 5-membered heterocycles. For example, cyclization of 1,4-dicarbons compounds, PAL-NOR synthesis. Extraction of oxygen, nitrogen, or sulfur containing 5-membered heterocyclic compounds. For example, transformation of furan, pyrrole, typhene by cycle of Yuryev. Extraction of pyrrole from diammonium salt of mucic acid, from succinimide. Extraction of furan. Extraction of typhene by passing a mixture of butane butenes or butadiene, and sulfur. Chemical properties of 5-membered heterocyclic compounds with one heteroatom, reactions with mineral acids, reactions of electrophilic substitution, nitration, sulfonation, reduction, oxidation. Imidazole and its derivatives. Benzimidazole is a very important derivative of imidazole. Imidazole is a 5-membered heterocyclic compound with 2 heteroatoms, nitrogen. Benzimidazoles are a large chemical family used to treat nematode and trematode infections in domestic animals. Extraction of imidazole from aminoaldehydes, for example, from 1,2-diaminoalkanes. Chemical properties of imidazole. Reactions with halogen alkanes, alkylation. Nitration, sulfonation. You can see scheme of chemical properties of benzimidazole. Pyrazole is a 5-membered heterocyclic compound with 2 heteroatoms, nitrogen. Medications. Antipyrine, used in medicine as antipyretic and analgesic agent. Analgin, analgesic properties. Oxazole extraction on the base of benzyl chloride and isonitrile. Chemical properties of oxazoles. Deprotonation to the isonitrile. Electrophilic aromatic substitution in position carbon 5. Nucleophilic aromatic substitution in position carbon 2. Diels-Alder reactions. Oxidation. Thiazole. Thiazole is a 5-membered heterocyclic compound with 2 heteroatoms, nitrogen and sulfur. Molecule of thiazole is a very important part of medications. For example, norsulfazole, psalazole, vitamin B1 or thiamine. Vitamin B1 or thiamine is a vitamin with energetic functions. It's very important for body. Test. Which heterocyclic compound is synthesized by cycle of urea? The correct answer is C, furan. So, organic compounds considered today are 3-membered, 4-membered, 5-membered heterocyclic compounds, which are used in medical practice and pharmacy. Nomenclature, classification, extraction, properties, physical, chemical, biological of representatives of this group of compounds are considered today. For your intention, literature for study of organic chemistry. Thank you for your attention.